speaking of posing, I'm going to kind of segue off of this into something. I can't help it because you just said something. Um, Posing after your punch. That's exactly what Chandler did the other night. Exactly. I mean, exactly. There could be a picture of that in a gym that said, "Don't do this. This is what we mean." And when Teddy Atlas runs his mouth on ESPN talking about taking pictures and posing, this is what he means. You don't throw a punch and then stand there and see what it did. And he got caught with the left hook. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was just that mistake. And the funny thing about it before that was in the first round, unbelievable first round, back and forth, incredible, like Hearns Hagler, back and forth. But in the first round, Oliveira goes straight back, which you shouldn't do. Goes straight back, stays in the path of the punch. I always say, if a train's coming at you, you're going to run straight back? No, you're going to get off the darn track. So he goes straight back, and he gets caught a left hook by Chandler. He gets hurt, and he gets dropped. Then in the second round, Chandler's turn to break one of the rules, one of the technical rules, in my book at least, there's rules. And one of the rules is you move after your last punch. You don't take pictures. He takes a picture, he got caught. And I just think, I'm not going to get ahead of things. I'm not. But after you win your fight with McGregor, I'm just thinking, obviously you're going to fight him for the title. Yeah. And I'm thinking that you guys are like a mirror. That's for me. From my background in just a fight game, that there's a lot of similarities with you and Oliveira. You both are always impressively set to punch. You're never out of position. He's always balanced. He's always set to punch with power. He's never off balance. And you're the same way. You're always set to punch with power. But here's the funny thing. I said this to you on the air one time. Sometimes you take pictures after you punch. You got to move after you punch. And you said to me, yes, Teddy. Matter of fact, you said my coach yells at me about that all the time, too. So the funny thing is the two of you, I know I'm getting ahead of things, but boy, oh boy, that would be something to see because you have the same strengths and sometimes the same weaknesses or the same mistakes.
Yeah. That will be a hell of a fight, man. And
erase it. Forget it. I'm sorry. I don't want to do anything to take you away from your mindset where it is. But let's get past this one. That'd be a hell of a fight.
Thanks.
Hey, Dustin. We exchanged a text before the Oliveira Chandler fight. And I said, who you like tonight? He said, you said, tough call. I think Oliveira has more ways to win, but has some issues sometimes. Still think Oliveira is going to get it done. You were right, obviously right on the screws. Because in that first round, it looked exactly like you said. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he can make mistakes, like Teddy just said, going straight back, and he almost paid for it. But then he's showed his toughness, and that comeback was incredible.
You'll be a good analyst. Let me tell you something. I have to piggyback off of what Ken said. I thought that when you're done with this, you're going to be a damn good analyst. You are.
I appreciate that. Give me a call. I'm ready to give it a try.
I'm telling you, because obviously you're articulate, you're intelligent. Anyway, that's why right away when Ken sent me what you had said about your thought about that Oliveira and Chandler fight, right away I said, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. And it played out. It played out exactly right.
I think we saw a new wrinkle to Oliveira as well. Before, if he was down, he just couldn't rally himself back into the fight. This fight, he was down, almost finished in the first, came back. So he's showing he's a true champion. And this guy has,
I'm going to jump on that.
He paid his dues.
No, 100% experience. You keep learning. Win or lose. Yeah. Win or lose. See, that's the thing that differentiates you guys from boxing. Because it's not a death sentence if you lose a fight. Boxing's like, oh, my God. He's not on to. No. And then the managers don't allow. They keep the fighters from getting the fights that you got, that Oliveira got, to make you better. The fights that you lost, but they made you better. They made it possible for you to beat a Conor McGregor. They made it possible for him to beat Chandler because he had those. Because the managers were not afraid to take that fight because they might get a loss. All they thought about was, no, they're going to get better. This is what we need. And that's what fighters need, boxers. And they don't get it. Quite often they don't get
Right.
it. And then they
You have to learn.
You have to learn. You have to get that experience, whether you win or sometimes you got to lose to win. You have to get that experience so you become a better fighter. That's what matters. And then in the end, you get the payoff. But a lot of times, these managers in boxing and the pros, they protect their record. Okay, looks beautiful. 15. Oh, that's nice. 17. Oh, beautiful. 24-0. And then finally, you fight a veteran guy, the real deal, and bang, you got a problem because you didn't get the fight you needed to improve in those areas. I got to point something out. I was going to save it for our podcast after we do the interview with you, but I'm not saving it. I'm going to bring it out right now. All right? I want to talk to you directly about this because I'm sure once I open it up, you're going to say, yeah, oh yeah. You know what that whole fight came down to? The whole fight, that was it. When he got dropped, because he pulled straight back, that he got hit with the right hand on the side of the head, and that could screw you up. We understand that. And Oliveira went down. The whole fight, Dustin, this is it. When he was on the floor, his instinct, his innate instinct and experience, he moved his freaking head while he was on his hands and knees and avoided two devastating, maybe three devastating punches that would have ended the fight. I don't care how tough he is. It would have ended the fight. The referee, some people criticize the ref for not stopping it then. But if he hit him with those punches, and the ref did a great job, if he hit him with those punches.
If the ref would have stopped it then, it would have been the wrong call.
It would have been
the
complete wrong call. But some refs would have stopped it because you get the wrong ref.
Right.
Thank God you had the right ref. Thank God.
Right.
But if he doesn't, he's on the floor, on his knees, and he doesn't see them coming, but he knows they're going to come. And what does he do? From his experience, from his instinct, he moves his head. His head. Dustin, he avoided three more punches that probably would have ended the fight. That won the fight for him. Right there.
That was instinctual too, because his eyes were down. He couldn't see what was coming.
No,
he was just moving. He knew something was coming.
He knew it was going to come because he knew the guy's a fighter. What's the guy going to do? Send him a candy telegram? No. He's going to send him a vicious right hand and a vicious left hand at his freaking head. So what did he do? He said, I can't see, but I know what to do. And he won the fight doing that because it survived him for that moment to come back and do what he did later. It was extraordinary. It was extraordinary.
It was.
When I saw that, I was like, wow. Wow. And you know, it's not an accident because not only his instincts, but as you said, going through things, knowing what guys are going to do. If you look at the great fighters in the history of my sport, and yours too, but if you look at the great, my sport has a longer history, obviously. It's got a longer history than any sport out there. But if you look at the great fighters, Dustin, they never get hit two in a row. They don't get hit two in a row. Sugar Ray Leonard, one of the great fighters, never got hit two in a row. Durant hit him, bang, oh, the next one missed. And this guy, that's what he did. He moved his head. He was hurt, and he moved his head. It was really magnificent. It really was to see that.
Yeah, it was. Very impressed with him, man.
I'll say this, Teddy, to your point about the boxing and the perfect records. Listen to these statistics. Oliveira made his UFC debut in August of 2010. He went 10-8 with one no contest, missed weight 4 times in 5 years, which to me, missing weight is worse than the loss because that's the first job. That's like you're a ticket. Did you show up with a ticket? No, you don't have a ticket. You can't even come in.
Right.
But you know, if it happens once, twice, maybe something happened. 4 times in 5 years, he's lucky Dana didn't kick his butt back to Brazil. But kudos to Oliveira, man. Workmanlike, stick around for that long, 11 years in the UFC, 8 losses. And then to take it, he was ahead 10-8 from 2 of the judges, 10-9 on one judge. 2 of the judges gave Chandler a 10-8 round in the first, when really Oliveira dominated 90% of that round. And credit to Chandler. He came back and clipped him and dropped him. And one guy had a 10-9 for Chandler, which is how I would have scored it. But, man, Oliveira, again, not only coming back from all that adversity early in his career, but adversity early in that fight, and just demonstrated everything that a champion is all about. Brings the belt back to Brazil.
Amazing.
Character, baby, characters. That word, that word
For sure.
always shows up, right, Dustin?
100%. And he developed that character over the years of being tested.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.